streaming? And are we streaming? Come on. It's got a black screen. There we go. We're streaming. And time to let everybody know that we are streaming. Announcements. At everybody. What's today? Tuesday? Tuesday. Mini sesh. No, I'm just gonna put Tuesday stream. Send now. John Jero, before I even put out the motherfucking announcement. First. What's up, John Jero? You beat him to it. Okay. How are you? How's it going today? I think my plan for today is parent the intel package to the mole's hand and play the shady look around them animation before letting them go. That's right. I wanted to check if there was any kind of cool animations I could play for when the mole picks up the package. Let's see. So what can I search? Kind of like, let's try the obvious ones. Pick up. I hate how laggy the new Mixamo interface is. It's crazy. Okay, let's see what we got. No, it has to be kind of like, or you know what it is? It's like worried or nervous. Kind of like this. Yeah. I'll put the package in their hand. Like this one more. Or God, that's not right either, huh? Sneaky. Because I don't want them to broadcast too much. Like, who is anybody looking at me? Like, dumb. It needs to be, because it has to be kind of like a pro, right? That's why I'm even more inclined to just not put an animation, and then that way the item just sort of like hovers towards them. I heard there's a site where you can make animations with your webcam movement. Oh, no shit. Wait, what? Hold up. Let's see. Animate with webcam. Browser. Face rig, mashable. Turns you into an animated character. There's that one. Okay, I'll look into this. I'm gonna keep that tab open. That'd be cool. Okay, so last one I'm gonna put is examine. Because if we can get like one where they don't look all shady and they're just kind of examining something. That's a little too much. Hold item. Or maybe just item. Okay, I'm not gonna put that. So instead, parent the intel package to the mole's hand and play a shady look around animation, blah blah blah. Okay. Cool, that makes sense. In the NPC prefab, under retrieve intel, in route to seat, check item, check for player, route to intel, grab item. Here we go. So right now it just does a move towards. It just moves a package towards their hand. But instead, it's gonna move, let's see, I'll move it to their right hand. And you know what I kind of want to try is like a random bool. There's this cool thing that Alex just showed me recently where you could use bools to sort of set these values. So if there's like a binary outcome for something, instead of making multiple states of it, you can actually swap out variables, like convert bool to or you know, you could even use it as, instead of doing a convert bool, you could do, so you do a random bool, right? And then you go left or right. Or you go A or B. Right, so you have a random bool that sets A or B. And then you can make a array get. And so I'll make a new array. Toke says, hey mate, what's up, Tokes? How are you doing? Check this shit out. This is a pretty cool new thing. I feel like I basically have done versions of this before when I was picking the sort of like traditional gender identities for the characters. And also for whether or not they had certain behaviors, whether or not they smoked. You know, it's like they did smoke or they didn't smoke. So it's a 0 or a 1. And so that 0 or 1 would pull from an index a string that says the mole does not smoke or the mole does smoke. So I realized it's kind of what Alex has been talking about with these. I'm not really going to be able to use it here because this is going to have to be an array, but like this convert bool to color, convert bool to float, like these are really fucking powerful actions because you could do a ton of stuff in one state very simply. Toke says, doing good, just bought Playmaker today. Nice, but having problems with the start. Can't find a simple step-by-step tutorial on how to get it started. Are you talking about like how to install it? Making a 2D platform while learning the UI. Oh yeah, we haven't really put out any 2D tutorials just yet, huh? That's true. Let me see. Hold on. Playmaker 2D tutorial. So what's wrong with, like, say for example this? Like, have you tried that? Okay, so I'm making this array, and the array we'll call it left hand, right hand, and it is a game object array. Game object array. And in this array, it'll be 2 elements large, and I'll put in the right hand right here, and then left shoulder, left hand right there. Okay. And I'll drag the left hand. There we go. I'll put the left hand right here. All right, so this array has the right hand and the left hand in it. And then in this state, we have a random bool that says A or B, so it's either 0 or 1. And then this array get will get from left hand or right hand. And the index that it's going to be using will be convert A or B. This bool is a 0 or 1, so it'll convert that into either 0 or 1. When it's false, it's 0. When it's true, it's 1. And then we could store the value that we get from this. We'll call this chosen hand. And then in this target object for the move towards, that's where we'll put the chosen hand. So that way it randomly selects which hand the NPC will use to grab the thing. Sometimes they grab with their left hand, sometimes they grab with their right hand. You know, just to mix it up, just so it's like things are less predictable, things are sort of, yeah, just to kind of mix it up. It's confusing somehow because I don't really get the Unity asset management system, but I'll try that. Don't have sprites right now. Yo, okay, so Tokes, besides getting assets from, besides getting, in fact, you probably would want to just go to the asset store and search for free assets and get sprites, but if not, you can also use this right here. You can get it opengameart.org, and they have a bunch of free sprites that you can use. What I would suggest you do right now is just get going with anything. Just know that your first game is going to be you learning and having fun messing around with it, and so don't get too hung up on how perfect everything looks or feels or anything. Like, just start making new projects and messing things up, and just don't be precious. Put something together, make something just work. Tell yourself, by the end of today, I'm just going to have a character controller that lets them jump around and stuff, or has a pause menu or something, or better yet, join a game jam. Thanks. Yes, I was frustrated a few minutes ago. Yeah, just take it one step at a time. Try to find someone who can take you through like the really basic stuff, and if there's anything that you don't understand, just kind of start from there. Ask, search that question. If you don't, that's my goal for today. A character that can be moved. Nice. You should be able to do that. You should be able to do it. You got this. Okay, so I have this thing now that randomly selects which hand to put the thing in, but I think also what's going to happen is I need to put this as an idle animation. So let's see. Let's see, where is this? I guess animator play. I'll set this at the top. And this will be idle 1. So it stops the agent, plays the idle 1, adds the thing there. Oh, set parent. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So this set parent is whatever the chosen hand was. All right, so it puts the item in there. And then we'll actually, let's see, is trigger. Collider set is trigger. We'll put that in here too. I'll move that to the top. Move to top. Or is there like a, I wish it was just a straight up like turn triggers off. Whatever. I'll make it a trigger. And specifying the game object. It's going to be the item to check. That's the thing that they're holding. And I'm going to get rid of this deactivate game object. I'm going to turn it off. Yeah. I'm going to commit to that. I'm just going to delete that. So what's happened with the change I made right now is in the past, the mole would go over to the thing, he would stop, but he kept having his walking animation, and then the item would float towards his chest, and then it would get deactivated, so it disappeared, and then the mole would just walk off to the nearest spawn point. So now, hopefully, what's going to happen instead is that they'll walk over there, they'll stop and actually go to the idle animation of them just standing there, and then the item will float towards their hand instead, a random hand, and then it'll get parented to that hand. And then I'm also going to do reset local position and rotation. Why not? We'll see. And I think, yeah, I think that's good. So the item will grab, they'll hold on to it, and they'll walk away with it. So you'll actually be able to see them carrying the intel away as they walk away. Okay. I think that that's pretty good. The only problem I see here is that when I set this item to is trigger, like I'm not quite sure I know how to reconcile with like the fact that later on if it, you know, if they drop it or something, or like, you know, when it's no longer in their hands, I have to remember that this needs to, the is trigger bool needs to be set to false. But, you know, I guess we're going to cross that bridge when we get there. So let's see if that works now. This is kind of a cosmetic thing. But again, this is one of those situations where like that affects the gameplay like a lot. Like a lot, right? Because think about if, you know, if you're walking around and you just see somebody, they're just walking, okay, big whoop. But if they're holding a package, then, you know, that's a huge difference of, okay, we're going to London. That's a huge difference because suddenly they potentially would want to target them. Or an NPC might want to target them. Folks in the chat, we've been talking about doing a sort of like frequently asked questions stream, like an official Playmaker, like, you know, team FAQ thing, and I've been kind of on the lookout for like what would people want to have, you know, answered or talked about. What would you like to hear? Oh, that was creepy right as the sun set. This dude shouldn't be shiny though. Wait, where is the mole? Wait, does he not see me? Is this not him? Oh, also I'm not fucking going to the mole, dummy. Sorry, I mean to go here. My bad. Yeah, what kind of questions would you want to have answered? Also, what's with this double package? Very curious about that double package. Okay, oh, sorry, because there's some like white noise track going on, and it's nice, but not good stream music. Dude, all this is white noise, huh? There we go. There he is. Well, actually, we don't even need to do this. I always forget, like, oh, okay, we can actually skip ahead on some of these things. I'm gonna drop that there, and we'll call in the mole, call for the handoff. Okay, mole should be on his way. But we need to get, I think that's him right there, huh? Yeah, that's our mole. He's gonna be heading over there. But we need to get this package. Top secret documents, I'm gonna set them as intel. All right, so here's the package we're gonna be delivering. And just so I could be holding a couple items. There we go. Where are you going? Where are you gonna have a seat? Okay. Okay, that's where you're having a seat. And I'll put the package. I'll make him walk for it. I'll put it right here. Okay. Package is right there. And I'll move over here. Oh. Huh. Wait, where'd it go? Where is it? Did I still deactivate it? What the fuck? He grabbed it. I saw it float over to his hand. Oh, and this food's gonna... I think he might despawn too, so... I gotta like... Let's check him out first. Frank Reynolds says, Tiki Bar looks great. Thank you. I love that place. I can't wait to like properly, because that's the only one I've like spent time lighting and shit too. I feel like the motel rooms will look pretty nice once I actually spend some time trying to light them. Ideally the whole world will look awesome, but you know, we'll see. But thanks. I'm looking forward to making more of that shit. Where is this mole? Oh, the moles have names. So in DC, our mole's name is George Fuchs. Or Fuchs, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce this. Alright, is that him? Oh, look at that. I bet you that's the document. I bet you it fell. What is this? I bet you if I click this. Yep, top secret documents. Look at that. So are they falling? They're parented to his hand. They're set to trigger. Oh, the is kinematic didn't get used. Why didn't it get used? The Tiki Bar needs a jukebox. That's not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea. I did just want to curate it myself, you know. Somewhere should have a jukebox though. I really like that idea. What is the retrieve intel? Let's take a look at this. Grab item. It should have set is kinematic. So that's interesting. Check that out. It says is kinematic. Sets to positive. But when I click on this, that shit ain't kinematic. So what's up with that? What's up with that? Does it get reset somewhere? Ah, right there. Oh, you know what I bet? I bet you we just never realized that setting is kinematic off was making the documents drop. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, so I need to get rid of this is kinematic. Alright, let's clean that up. That game that I had that I wanted to make a long time ago that was like kind of in production, Gestalt. That game, I wanted to do the what is it, Edison phonograph things. So basically before we had vinyls, just the regular like flat ones that just like, you know, a record, they used to have cylinders, so it looked like, you know, this, like literally like about like that big too, just like if you can imagine just the cylindrical part, and then all the grooves that would make the music were around it, kind of like music boxes. You know, music boxes, they have a little cylinder inside and each has little grooves that like flicks the little things. And yeah, I used to want to have like those as collectibles in my game. Store item. All right, we're getting rid of this set is kinematic. Okay, so it's... Oh, also this set is trigger should go back here. Yeah, right here. Okay. That seems more stable. This Indian dude just explained what he got, but didn't explain how to add the sprite sheet as a player to the editor. Then you ask that question. You ask the question, how do you add the sprite sheet as a player to the editor? I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but I'm sure you can find a way to word that where you can get good results. Whoa, did this whole thing stop? Hold up. I've downloaded the sprite sheet where all the animated frames are. Nice. Yeah, so now it's just about the very little I know about the 2D stuff, how to use that sheet. Yeah, so that's a Unity question, right? So how to get those sprite elements into your game is something that you do with Unity first, and then Playmaker is what you use to breathe life into that, you know, to make interactivity available to that, to all those assets. And there's a bazillion places that will definitely have the answer. But I know that generally kind of the answer is somewhere about like using Unity's automated sort of like sprite recognizing thing, where like it'll look at a sprite sheet and you just tell it how big each of the sort of bounding boxes are, and it'll automatically cut it up into a bunch of different frames. So that's probably what you're gonna do next. All right, I'm gonna call the mole, call for handoff. That wasn't the mole, was it? Was it just this is just some guy? And that's the mole over there. Okay, I'll grab this. And, you know, actually I'm just gonna top secret documents is Intel. And I'm just gonna like carry it like this. I always get worried that I'm gonna break my game if like he sees me carrying them first or something. But I think I should be fine. I shouldn't have to worry about that, because then that means my game is broken. So, he is, however, probably just gonna like walk over there. Yeah, I still haven't added those stairs to the nav mesh. Frank Reynolds says that music is nuts. It's like you're developing your game in a day spa. Yo, ever since I started listening to the they're both sitting in the same chair. I never added the whatchamacallit, the thing that makes him check whether or not the seat's available. But yeah, this ambient music is fucking good. I was surprised. All right, so I'm gonna put it there. Look, they're overlapping. I need to make it so they all check the seats first. Okay, so package is right there. I just gotta move out of the way for a sec. And then he'll go get it. Okay, there he goes. All right, now we can watch it all happen. Okay, now he has it in hand. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. So now that you can see them walking around with shit, right? So he's like advertising to potential spies, like, hey, I might be holding some intel. But also that means what I have to do is that all the little civilians that are like filler, that are like walking around doing nothing, I need to give them random objects in their hand. So there could be NPCs that walk around with documents in their hand like that, and that just might be their fucking like grocery list, you know? Some hardcore Zen. Yeah, you know, and it's specifically that song. It's a really beautiful song. It's called Golden Sand by Eco Village. And what it reminds me of a lot is the music in Roma. I'm honestly going to play it again. It's really, really beautiful. Okay. So that's checked off. I can check that off the list. Parent the intel to the... Okay, cool, check. Agents tailing the player will photograph the mole picking up the item. Okay. Frank Reynolds says, I started listening to ambient sounds while working on my game. Listening to the ambient sounds of packed bars gets me immersed when I work on the speakeasy. Oh yeah, I totally know what you mean. When I used to do animation stuff, and when I say used to, I still do, or I'm still going to. It's not like I'm not. It's not like that. It's done in my life. I should say, when I do animation stuff, when I was making cartoons, here I'll show you guys something really quick. I would also play ambient sound effects, like bar sound effects and stuff. Put on like a little bit of music in the background, and let's see. There's a cartoon that I was making like years and years ago, and in that cartoon, here we go, found it. Wow, Vimeo sure has changed. Here we go. So I'll pause this music really quick, and I'll show you guys this clip from Sleepwalk. It's a cartoon this is a production test. I guess I could full screen it. Sleepwalk, aka Muyu Built, production test, and that's a fake number. Let's see if you can hear this. I'm gonna turn this up. Oh, come on. Also, let me close my door. Okay. But yeah, when I used to work on this, I would play all these ambient sounds and stuff as I was like modeling the place, because like you were saying, Frank, like you just kind of get like super in the zone with that. The music might be louder than the ambience on this, but there you go. No, it's not. Opposite. I hope I don't get demonetized for whatever that song is like playing in the background. Put this back. Okay. Back to it, back to it. NPC. So now what I want to do, this is one I've been excited to do for a while. I want to get the follow target. Excuse me, Christ. Waiting to see player. And when it can see the player, Nice. Thanks. Old thing. When was? Oh, I should have. Hold on. Let me see. When was that from? 6 years ago. Huh. It feels like so much longer. Oh, but you know what? I posted that 6 years ago, but that was long after, because it was started in, or rather, in the description I wrote, Sleepwalk was originally slated for a late 2013 release. So it is closer to more like 8 years. That sounds more about like it. I said, and then moved to late 2014 after a major reworking in the production process. The project has since been shelved for a major reworking in the show's design and will most likely not be released until sometime 2015 or perhaps even 2016. Steven, my boy. It will be finished. It's too dear to my heart to abandon. Muyu Byo will live. That's true. That's true. I'll still hold by that. It's, I finished a really fat outline in the middle of the pandemic. Okay. Get player v3 en route to player close enough. Here. At the close enough part. This is where I'll put in the check. Waiting to see player, check too far. Check is seen bull with patience. That's a really weird state name. What is this? Oh, this is where it checks if it's seen by an NPC. Oh, okay. So more importantly, it should be that after this sees, also I'm going to skip this track. Frank Reynolds says, I was checking out some of my old projects a couple days ago and have decided to dig a big hole in my backyard, toss them in, and burn that shit down. Oh, man. Hey, you know, fucking the ritual of starting all over again. If it gets you jazzed up to keep going, do it. That goes there. Okay, here we go. I'll put this right here. Actually, right here is fine. So, if there are people looking at the player and the agent can see them, then we'll go to the state, check for mole. So what's the logic behind this one? Okay, I should explain too what I'm doing here, right? Like, I haven't really said it, but yeah, we want to make it so that when the agent is following the player, if the agent sees that the player is really close to the mole, like basically if the agent can see both the mole and the player, then the agent will take out a camera and keep an eye on the mole, and when the mole goes to grab the package and starts walking away, the agent will start photographing the mole. So they'll have photographic evidence of them carrying the package. Pathor says, hey, what's up, Pathor? And Dinah, yo, wow, look at that. Just everybody pouring in right now. So it's time to have a nap, dude. You're yawning. Go and get refreshed. Oh, but. Oh, fuck. I just yawn all the time. You know, I've just been having trouble sleeping for like a minute now. And I heavily attribute that to not getting enough exercise. For all the, positive messages about self-care I spout off at the end of a stream, like, I still do neglect physical exercise. Like, I need my PE, you know what I'm saying? I need to get that in more. I go for walks and stuff, but I think if I got more intense workouts, like where I'm proper breaking a sweat, which I think is, really necessary, I would fall asleep easier. But instead, I just toss and turn. Okay, check for mole. So I'm wondering what should happen here. You know what it'll do is it'll I don't want to make it feel like it's cheating or cheap. This agent isn't a mind reader, but I do want like a simple video gamey, elegant way of doing this. Okay, so pros and cons. If you have the agent just check the distance between the player and their mole, that could work fine, I guess. Can also just check the bool, where it's like if the mole, if the agent sees the mole, well, the mole has like a bool that's like set to true called like, is retrieving intel or something like that. So that means they're kind of in the middle of that little sequence of them picking up the intel. So if the agent sees them and they check their bool and that bool is true, that means that the mole is doing the shady thing. So then that means the agent pulls out the camera and photographs them. Let's check out this range sensor. Ignore list. NPCs are gonna have to see each other though. Nah, let's see. It's difficult. I'm not really sure how to handle this one. I guess this would imply that the, 'cause, 'cause Okay, I got it. Let's check for mole. We're gonna do a get FSM game object, and then we're gonna do a get FSM bool, and then we're gonna do a bool test. So the game object we want is going to be inside of the player of interest, and it'll be in their FSM name info. The variable name will be called my mole, and we'll store that in a new variable called the player's mole. And then we want to get an FSM bool from the player's mole. In the FSM name probably behavioral attributes, or no, retrieve intel. Yeah, in the FSM name retrieve intel, and the variable will be called has intel, or no, is holding intel. And we'll make a new variable. It's called the same thing. And we'll test that. Is holding intel. True to true. And false to false. All right, so now we just need to put those values in. I'll put it right here. And info, my mole. Oh, I can remember that, right? Info. Oh, lowercase m. Ah, that would have got me. Okay. So from here, if it's true, then we'll go to what to do. That's probably honestly like a whole new FSM. And if it's false, then we just go back up to here. Okay. I think that checks out. And I'm gonna lock to left. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna make this purple. This one we'll call photograph the mole. All right, I'll write it down. Photograph the mole. One. Just stay put. Take out the camera. Just hold it. 2. Or I guess you know what I'm wondering? This might overcomplicate things a little tiny bit, but it also kind of, let me see. So there's 2 ways of handing stuff off to the mole. There's the in-person handoff, which is what we have set up right now, and then I want to program the dead drop thing. And dead drops are when you hide stuff inside of something, and then the mole comes and picks it up, so it looks like they're grabbing something really innocuous. Put in pocket or pocket. Equip. I would want an animation of somebody like doing this, looking like they're putting something in their inventory, or sliding something into their coat pocket or something. Even if the character's not wearing something with coat pockets, or like, kind of like a backwards version of this one. So like maybe if I mirror it. Oh no, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? Like I could play this backwards and it would be like they're holding it and then they put it behind them. So like this. So they're holding it and then they go whoop, and then it's gone, So it's like holding it, and then here it despawns. So they just come back with an empty hand. Something like that. Oh, what's up, Luis? Sup, what's the goal for today? And then Toke says, just posted my first thing I've created on the Discord. It's not what I wanted to do, but at least I had something to laugh. LMAO. Nice. Good. Yeah, I'll check that out after I hop off here. It's good that you got something done. You're learning, right? Because like once you learn how to do all this shit, think about when you're a kid. Nobody likes fucking doing writing the same thing over and over again. When you're practicing letters and shit, and you have to like write capital A like a million times, and then like that's like in kindergarten, right? And then you step up to like, writing sentences and stuff, or like words over and over again. So boring, totally mind-numbing. And maybe honestly, probably like there's probably a better way to teach kids how to write and shit. But nevertheless, it's a method that worked, and even more enjoyable, potentially more enjoyable ways would still be laborious and tedious, right? There's no getting around the tedium of learning something. And then eventually it's like you're writing a letter to somebody, or better yet, what am I saying? You're texting somebody, right? You had to learn how to like spell and write shit out. And now you use it in a way that allows you to express yourself, enjoy yourself, or whatever. So, you're getting over that part. And Lewis, so the goal right now is to make it so the agent takes a picture of the mole when he's picking up the intel. So there's photographic evidence of the mole being a mole. And if that photographic evidence is delivered, then the mole is in trouble. The animation looks nice. You should use that. It's not bad, right? Like, it's kind of, I just have to play it backwards. But let me see. So if it's like right here, equip, pocket. You're seriously the best indie dev on YouTube. Thanks. That's not true. I'll take it. That's not true, but thank you. Your game is full of systemic gameplay. Pretty cool, right? That's yes. Thank you. That's exactly. This is. I'm trying to make this shit as systemic as possible. Do you have an ETA for Steam release? All I know is I want to release this thing by the end. I do not want to reach 2022 and still be working on this game. And if I am still working on it, it better be minor bug fixes. But ideally, it's just fucking out of my hands, done. And like, I do annual patches or something like that, you know? Or I could potentially hire somebody to do annual patches. I just don't want to do anything with this game anymore after 2021. Unless it turns into something crazy big where it becomes like my full-time job and like it's one of those games that just like adds new content for years and years to come, and then like I sell the company and you know, like Minecraft style. But that's a completely different story, and it's like it's not likely. So right now the plan is to just finish it this year, put it out this year, and be done with it this year. Yeah. Maybe not from a technical perspective, but from the motivational. Well, I appreciate that, and the crying happy face. That's, you know, it's very sweet. And yeah, like I do. I like to see other people kind of like just find confidence in yourself and actually like go do the thing. It's unfortunate how many people never get around to doing the things that they wish they could do because of just sort of support or confidence, moral support, you know. Lewis says, you do the annual patches in the Bahamas with your millions of dollars from this game. Right, because we all know how marketable this game is. I do think a handful of people will enjoy this, but I also believe that I'm making something that's like a little niche, you know? I really like, I don't, it's egotistical in the same way somebody might liken themselves to like a famous president or a scientist or whatever. But like, if I can compare myself to anybody, God, it's comparing yourself to people is stupid. But you know, like when studios go like, oh, is this marketable or not? We got to check if like, is this like, you know, what's it like? It's like this meets that, you know? And I see this as Brendan Chung meets Lucas Pope. You know, this is Papers, Please meets Gravity Bone. Like I hate selling it like that, but that's kind of what it is, a little bit, you know? And those games, while successful, are not the most marketable things, you know? Total flukes. They're like my favorite games ever, but total flukes as far as like financial success goes. Like nobody could have seen that. You could start working on CD Projekt Red to get their shit fixes Cyberpunk after that project. Right. My shit looks like Cyberpunk every now and then. Actually, speaking of, hold on. It's 6 o'clock right now, 6 p.m. Okay, I'm gonna work on this for like about half an hour more, because what I really wanted to do today after the stream was really get the next devlog in order. Is this what I was looking for? No, that's a little too intense, huh? That's too intense too. That kind of looks like... my goal is to be one of the first buyers of Memory of a Spy. Oh man, that's very kind. My goal is to sell any at all. So if that's true, we could mutually reach our goals together. I want to do like a special edition release, like a physical thing. That'd be super dope if I could make like a, you know, for the first 100 or so people that buy it, I would love to like make like a book, or like you know, something that's like that has longevity, not like a throwaway. You know, some games they give you a tin can with like a plastic thing on it. It's like, where do you even put that? What do I do with it? But like a book, that's like nice. You know, it's information. It's like you can share it with other people. Item. Did I already search pocket, right? Fuck. Equip. You could sell suits. Right. Suits. What am I looking for here? Equip seemed to be the best one, huh? This one, if I just play it backwards. Alright, you guys want to see how to play an animation backwards? It's pretty simple. But like, so for example, I download this, right? But I want it the reverse version. So I'll download it. Some Italian designer stuff for $1,000. What Mechalina made an amazing suggestion. She was like, do the physical matchbooks as a Patreon kind of deal, because I was talking about making the physical version of those matchbooks. So I kind of feel like that's like the same thing, right? Like you can kind of like have, you know, I can offer something of a little bit more value to people. I don't want to call this unarmed equip torch. I'll call this equip. I'll call this back pocket. Okay. And then, uh-oh. Is it downloading all the way? Okay, we have it there. And then in animations, I'll put it in there. Actually, let's lower this. Okay, or make it like that. Put back pocket in here. There it is. And I'll just go to this, open it up. Here is the actual animation file for it. So if I duplicate it, just hitting Control D. Come on. And then it gets put right there, and I'll rename it back pocket. Come on. And then I'll open it up, and I'll grab all of that, just hitting Control A. And then see how I have this these bars can adjust the length of it. So that's also how you'd want to speed up or slow down animation, right? But you can also pull these past each other to reverse it. So now this is an animation that is getting played backwards from its original direction, whatever. Lewis says, whoa, how do you get the transitions under the state to be colored? You right click them. The link transitions. It's literally like a little sub menu in there. How about some spy hats? Everybody could need a nice fedora. What is it? There's this poster has something. Or maybe it's that one. One of these I was looking at. I was like, oh yeah, you can kind of like, you can maybe like do like a passport holder or something, you know, because oh man, that's a whole thing I have not gotten to yet. But the passports for this game. Okay, let's look at this guy. He has character, basic NPC, animations, and we want back pocket to go like, we'll go right here next to idle. I'll select the NPC so we could see him in the scene. And I'll select back pocket. And now when I just hit play, let me turn off these gizmos. When I hit play, oh Christ, but the frame rate is so atrocious. Hold on, let me collapse all components. Still pretty bad in this right now, but if I drag forward now, you can see it's playing backwards. So do I want it to... I think like right here is the frame I want it to start on. So I'm gonna delete all these because I don't want him holding that shit out, you know? Then drag him over here. So now the starting frame is that. It's kind of reaching out, you know? And then putting it behind. So we have a total of 1 second-ish. I'm gonna make this last longer so the agent photographing him has a little bit more time to take that picture. Let's do 2 seconds. Okay. I think that's good. So now I could put that in here, photograph the mole. We want retrieve intel. This is it. Grab item. We're gonna have back pocket. So that animation will play. And I think instead of this move towards, we'll put a wait. We know it's 2 seconds long. Oh wait, wait, any key. No, wrong one. Let me collapse some of these things. This is like, collapse all components. Sucking up hell of resources. We want just a normal ass wait. There we go. And we'll make it wait 2 seconds. And it'll send off to Finn when it's done. There we go. I think that looks good. Animator play, back pocket, cool. Tells him it stopped, blah, 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 right? Store item. And then sets the agent destination, tells him to walk away. Excuse me. And this might get changed or tweaked later, because maybe I do want your guy walking around holding a package. But for now, it's like you just get a moment to see it. And then he puts it in his pocket. So, store item, set parent, intel collected. And then we'll do these backwards. And we'll do a deactivate game object. So we'll do activate. We'll put it before these. All right. Deactivating it. And then is kinematic will be turned off, and is trigger will also be turned off. So that gets reset to normal. I think this is a much better solution. Okay. We'll see how that looks in a minute. But this shit needs to get set up. Okay. So if it does indeed go here, then we need a set FSM bool. Okay. It's going to be the owner. And it's going to be changing the agent routine. And the variable name we'll do is... Well, could we do it here? Is this too much already? Because this is just follow the target. Could we do this here? Is this too much? What happens when you're photographing the mole? It's like... So when the mole is getting the package... Oh, okay. Agent checks if the mole is waiting for the player to walk away. And then agent... Oh, okay. And if true, the agent will be ready to take a photo. So it's not going to be this is holding intel thing. It'll be is standing by for no. I'll call this ready to grab. Or shit. About to grab intel. Ready to grab intel. That's a good one, because I'll put that when he's walking over to get it. So basically when that's true, shit. This is a hard one. The language is so important to me because it's kind of one of the only things that lets any of this shit make sense to me. I'm going to change this is holding variable to this one. player needs to add my mole at start to info FSM at start of game. Okay. So agent check is the way if mole is waiting for the player to walk away, and if true, the agent will be ready to take a photo. Okay, so if they're ready to take a photo, when ready to take photo, agent is waiting for, is grabbing intel to be true and can only take photos during this or while this bool is true. Okay. All right, 10 more minutes. I could do this in 10 more minutes. That would be dope. That would be dope. Can only take photos while this bool is true. They play the taking photo animation, and they use their photo camera game object to snap a picture right when that bool flips to true. So hopefully they get a picture like right when they're like this, you know, putting it right in their back pocket or whatever. The only problem with this is that, like, you know, I have to like there's wiggle room on this one because it's just, this is in a way sort of cosmetic. Kind of. Like this is, it's cosmetic when it's an NPC doing it to another NPC, but it's not cosmetic if it's a player's, like eventually you're going to get to a point where you need to look at a photo and be like, okay, is that what's happening in this photo or not? What I'm trying to say here is this NPC might not take a very good photo. They might take a photo that's completely obstructed. And they might be like, I got evidence, you know? It might be nothing. It might be a bunch of shit blocking the way. I think this needs to be its own FSM because there's a lot of weird variables in this one. Oh, it is going to be its own FSM. I'm already doing that. Good. Oh, fucking hell. Right? Is that what I'm doing? Isn't that what this is? Yeah. Set FSM bool, agent routine. Photographing mole. Broken Bones says hi. What's up, Broken Bones? How's it going? What brings you here, Broken Bones? I feel like Broken Bones just left right as I looked over to see the message. Hmm. No, I'm here. Oh, good. Okay. I just saw the number go down. How's it going? What does bring you here? You making games? You use Playmaker? You like spy games? There's so many reasons you could be here. I'm good, good. Right on, right on. I'm doing alright too. Doing alright. Kind of feel like I hit a little bit of a wall. This is a little trickier than I thought it was going to be. Photographing the mole. I'll call this photograph the mole. Yeah, just to I want to see how Playmaker works. Right on. What are you making? I'm making a spy game. So you know what? Maybe you could check this out. You can kind of see this work right now. This. Check if it's Boolean patience. I think I'll just end up here right now. I'm gonna disregard this stuff that I just built. And we'll see if this new way of doing things that I just set up will work. The last time I ran this, the mole, you know, the informant, would go over and grab the package and just walk away with it in their hand, which is fine in some ways, but I wanted it to make it so they kind of put it in their pocket or like put it behind them, you know, like they equip it and they walk away. So you can't see it. Let me see. So I'm going to set these top secret documents to is Intel. So that's telling me that these documents right here are, you know, precious information that I've received that I'm trying to deliver to my mole. And I'm going to put it down for a second. And I'm going to use this phone. Call for the mole. So the mole should be on his way. And when the mole gets here, I'll put these documents down and we should be able to watch him grab it and then do this. And then the documents should sort of despawn. Is the informant an actual mole? That would have been far more clever, but I am not that clever. No, it's everybody in the game has a stick figure. Kind of like in, you know, like in old sort of pamphlets and construction sign and, you know, bathroom stall things. Is that our mole? No. That's a source. He has that cigarette. He's waiting for somebody to light his cigarette. I think this is our mole right here. I feel like our moles are always wearing these gray suits, just by coincidence. Okay, so he sits there. And, ooh, I wonder if he's gonna walk up there to grab them. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna put it right there. I'll walk away. Oops. Bumping into stuff. Okay, he's going for it. Didn't do it. I may have forgot to reset the local positions. Let's see. It's like kind of tiny cosmetic stuff, but at the same time, I'm also like, it's not cosmetic. It's not cosmetic. Okay. What do I want to edit first? Oh, da. retrieve intel. So in this FSM, oh yeah, so you did want to see how Playmaker works. This is the guts of Playmaker, FSMs right here. I'm using FSMs to make behavior trees. Because Playmaker is set up in such a way that it's like, it's not just a normal finite state machine, it's like a finite state machine that like is set up really well to talk to other finite state machines, which essentially makes you capable of building behavior trees. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, checks for the item, and then checks for player. Waits for me to leave, right? And he gets the distance. He's en route to it, and he grabs it. So this is right here. When he grabs it, oh, that's why. I need to put the set parent in the state before it. So and then the animator play at the end, move to bottom just before the wait state. There we go. So now the item will be parented to the hand, and then the animation will play. And then wait 2 seconds and then move on. Okay, that should work now. Let's watch it happen. I know, oh, shit. I was about to read your message and then it says message retracted. It says something about I know most of these words or something. Gonna change these top secret documents to Intel and head over. I messed up my grammar. No worries. I'm not a grammar Nazi. I'm sure I can interpret. People come in here and speak very broken English from all over the world. Very, very broken English. And I will never give anybody guff. Sometimes I'll giggle. Like it'll get a little laugh out of me if it sounds kind of funny because if it's broken English. Fuck, I forgot to grab the documents. But just say whatever you're going to say. And then, you know, I can, you know, a lot of the times I can interpret. Okay, I'm going to grab this. Okay. All right, he's on his way. Let me put these right here. I'm gonna turn off this directional light because the Manu PD Lounge looks so much better without it. It's a little dark right now, actually, but I love when it's all moody like this. Probably turn it on, right? Just to see what I'm actually doing though. Where is he? That's a source. There he is. Oh look, they got a black suit today. What I said was I know most of those words in that order, but it makes no sense. Sure. What the fuck? My character keeps floating to the ground like the tiles had no collision. Did exactly what the guy said. And then crazy happy face, concealment of tons of anger and frustration, happy face. Okay, Tokes, let me read that sentence one more time. After I watch this mole grab this, let's see if he does this. Okay. Oh. All right, so he kind of does it. But like as soon as it's behind his back, look how short he is too. Huh. That's funny. He still keeps it in hand. Whatever. That's good enough for now. I could totally fix it later. That's finessing. John Joe says, yoink. Okay, so Toke says, what the fuck? My character keeps floating to the ground like the tiles had no collision. Yeah, I'm not sure, especially since I don't use since I don't do 2D stuff. Hop into the whatchamacallit, the Playmaker Discord, the official one, the Hutong Games one. Maybe somebody can help you in ours too. The link for mine, you're on mine, I think. But again, that's one of those situations where it's hard to tell unless you're sitting there looking at it. You could go through the tutorial as well and like be super nitpicky and like make sure everything looks exactly the same, you know. A lot of the times it is just one little button that is not toggled on or off. Broken Bone says, I have an idea if there is a cigar and when you light it, it blows up. Yeah, like a Looney Tunes thing. There's sort of wish list items that I have that are like that. Like I have a stashing system in here where, watch, I'll show you. Like, let's see. Use top secret documents. So see these documents right here? And these items, like, I'll put, or actually I have a spawner, so check it out. Like, like putting explosives inside things is total, like, that's like total spy stuff, right? Like classic spy trope. Wait for my frame rate to come back. There we go. Spawn item 1. What's 1? Okay, we got a camera, right? And then we got a lighter and a clock. Should be a watch. Oops, package that doesn't have its material on it anymore. But we can go get a package over there. The mailman should be there soon. And then a cigarette. Okay, so here's a good example. Is like, so, you know, I got this camera, and you know, it could be used. I'm just holding it right now, and then I can equip it, and I could take pictures with it and stuff like that. And I could drop it, and then, you know, get this cigarette. Oh, forgot I have to grab that. And these aren't really active yet. Only NPCs use them. They smoke cigarettes. I'll make it so you can smoke cigarettes later, because everybody has to have behavioral attributes, and you might randomly be assigned a nicotine addiction. But yeah, so say you wanted to smuggle things, like all these items have a sort of capacity number and a size number. And I could take this cigarette and put it into this camera. So if I do that, you see it went into it. And now, holding this, if I click, I could pull the cigarette out of it. You know, and that's kind of how everything works. So like, I'll put it in there again, and then I'll grab this camera, and I'll take this camera now that has a cigarette inside of it, and I'll put it in this package right here. Let me get a little closer. There we go. So now the camera's in the package. And just to show you, it's not just like, you know, laying around over there. So now with this package, oh wait, you know what I just did? I may have broke it. I don't know if I'm gonna pull a camera out of this or a matchbook. Let me see. I pulled a camera out of it. Hold on, can I still pull a matchbook out of this? No, I can't. So that means that matchbook is like gone forever, I think. So there's a tiny thing. I have to make it so you can't set things in them if they're already full. But yeah, I took the camera out of here, and I should be able to take the cigarette out of here now too. See, there it is. So the stashing system presumably could be built in such a way where you could put an explosive, some type of plastic explosive inside of the cigarette, and then give it to an NPC, and then when he lights it, it blows up, you know? But I think, yep, 6:38. I'm gonna call that a short mini stream for today. And tomorrow I'll try to finish up the whole thing when the agent takes a picture. Because I'm gonna go work on the devlog. I gotta get that devlog done. It's already been 2 fucking months. It's been 61 or 62 days or some crazy shit like that. So thanks to everybody who stopped by today. Broken Bones and Tokes, glad you swung by. Hope you learned something. Hope you're getting a laugh out of any of these things, or if it's just a little interesting, that's also cool. Hope I'm not a total waste of time. And John Jarrow, thanks for swinging by. Who I feel like, that's right, Lewis was here earlier. And Pathor and Dinah, Frank Reynolds. Thanks for everybody who swung by. I'll hop on tomorrow. See if I can't get in a longer session, but probably honestly another mini one again, like another hour and a half kind of thing. Because I do want to release DevLog 4 at the end of this week. That'd be cool. All right, y'all. Take care of yourself. Drink lots of water. Get some sunshine. Get the best sleep that you could possibly get. Eat healthy. Eat your vegetables. Don't overeat. Don't have too much sugar. Don't drink too much booze or smoke too much weed or do too many drugs in general. And talk to your friends and family. Talk to the people you love. All right, yo. Catch you tomorrow. Peace, 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 peace.